Well, here we go. It is the night before Planet Doubles, and got to get some ball prep done. So I figured I would do a little TED Talk while we are cleaning up my equipment. True Cut, gotta get you some. It's good stuff. Creating the Difference. It's good stuff. I'm not sponsored by them. I just use their stuff because it's good stuff. I use the Life After Death cleaner. Smells good, smells great, and it's good stuff. So I need to refill my bottle because it smells so good. Because I'm almost out. But anyhow, tomorrow is Planet Mixed Doubles. And I just made a mess. Looking forward to it. I'm making a huge mess. I didn't do this last time. I didn't make a mess. Bowling with Shelby Davis, who is, in my opinion, one of the best young bowlers / female bowlers in the state of Oklahoma. And so I'm really, really excited to get to bowl with her. And I feel like I have a good partner. I just hope that I hold my weight. I'm making a huge mess. Anyway, this is good stuff, by the way. If you don't have any, it's really good. I think this bottle, I've only filled this bottle with this bottle a couple of times. Is that a dilute? Let me go look at this. Okay, so it's not a dilution. So sorry. So anyway, good stuff. CTD. If you don't have it, get some. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just clean the balls. Where was I at? Oh yeah, Bowling with Shelby. Planet Doubles. They have 3 doubles tournaments every year. They have 2 regular doubles tournaments, and then they have mixed doubles at least once. If you hear the little clicking, that's my dog. She's down there. Her name's Remy. She's got a pain in the butt. But they do this 3 times a year, and so this one is the regular Planet Doubles. Is this just, I don't think yeah, this is my cleaner. So this is what my towel's gonna start out looking like. It's pretty clean for the most part. I'm gonna get a cleaner towel. All right, much cleaner towel. So I'm gonna give you an idea of how good this stuff is. So what I like to do is just kind of fold this over a couple times. And the way the directions say to do this is you take your CTD. I mean, it's such a mess. You just spray it on liberally, obviously, because they want you to use the bottle as quick as fast as you can. Spray it on here, and then just kind of for about 30 seconds, just let that set. So while I'm letting it set, yeah. So they do this tournament 3 times a year. Planet is probably one of the only remaining between Planet and Holiday are the only 2. Privately owned, family-owned bowling centers in Oklahoma still. Most of them are all owned by Bolero. Edmond, Windsor are owned by Bolero. Then you have Andy B's, that's, it's Family Fun Center kind of thing. The Tribe owns Fire Lake. You have El Reno, but that's kind of a ways away. But anyway, long story short, we try to do as many of their tournaments as we can as a group, as a bowling community, because we want to see them do well. So after you let it set for 30 seconds or so, you just kind of wipe it off. So you don't have to do a lot of scrubbing. You can if you want to. It really doesn't do any good. Just wipe it off. Now, that's pretty much all you got to do. This stuff is really strong. You don't really have to do a lot of scrubbing. There's a little bit of something right there. But you can already see, it's taking up the dirt. So then you just run it. What I always do is like right down the middle of my finger and thumb hole. That's like the first half. I like do do this half first, and then I just kind of flip it over to where I know, I've done this half already, now I'm doing this half. But anyway, yeah, we try to, do their tournaments as much as we can because, we want to support our local bowling alleys and our local centers because there's not very, very many of them left. That this tournament's always really well run. It's, I believe, 24 lane house, and I have 48 teams, so there'll be an early squad and a late squad to start. It's like a 9 o'clock and a 10 o'clock squad. We bowl 2 games every round, and then winner moves on. Loser goes to loser's bracket. You lose twice, you're done. So when I bowled with Nathan in the regular Planet Doubles, we bowled our first match at 9, and we didn't bowl again until like 1 o'clock. So you have a big gap there. If you win, you get a little bit of a break. And then it's usually about you'll bowl and you have like an hour sit after the second round if you continue to advance. I apologize for my dog, she's just wandering. But anyway, I really feel good about our opportunity tomorrow to do well, and hopefully I'll carry my weight tomorrow in this tournament. But we'll see. It's last night was a good night. Learned a lot about my game, what I was doing wrong, and hopefully I fixed it. Now one of the things that I like to do with my equipment, and it's out in the truck, I think we'll get it in a minute, is check the surface of a ball, because something that I didn't know, and you may not know this, is that every ball, eventually, as you bowl with it, will end up at 4,700 surface grit. So if you look at these CTDs, they are abrasive discs, and so each one of these abrasive discs has a number on it. And so this is a 500 grit. They go from 500, 1,000, 1,500, all the way up to 4,000. I think, yeah, 5,000 as well. But this 5,000 is really just a sanding pad or a polishing pad. What that means is it's the abrasiveness, it's the surface abrasiveness of the bowling ball. When you do a little readout of the ball, and it'll tell you what the surface abrasiveness is. Right now, this ball, I don't even have to go out and get my scanner. It's 4,700 because I haven't done anything to it in several weeks as far as like actual surface is concerned, other than cleaning it. So it has gone to what they call stable, and stable is just 4,700 grit. Now, if I was to polish this up with polishing compound, which I've got some in my bag, it would go to 5,000, maybe even 5,500. But right now, as it sits, it is at 4,700 because it's stable. It's just been bowled with, and so cleaning it up, all it does is really just kind of give it good, clean surface. Got a couple of bits of goo on here. Get out. But yeah, so you want to get your surface, as consistent as you can all the way around the ball. And for a long time, when you had urethane as your ball of choice, urethane doesn't take as much cleaning as these do, because these balls are so porous and they absorb so much oil. You have to wipe off every ball. Every time you throw it, you really need to wipe it off, because the ball absorbs so much oil that if you're not wiping it off, it's just absorbing into the ball. And the surface of these balls, once they get clogged up with oil, they just change, and they are a completely different ball. Let me show you something real quick. This is a brand new, probably 6-month-old Venom Shock. This is a Venom Shock that is about 2 years old, 3 years old. It's a little older. You can see the difference between the two. Now, this is obviously sanded to about 500 multiple times, but you can see the surface difference between this and this. Shiny, not so shiny. I could work this ball over probably, for a while, and it would come back. But this ball is pretty well done. So if anybody wants a shock, I'll sell it to you for cheap. This is my benchmark ball. It's a ball I go to out of the bag. Very Very, you see this, very stable drilling, you know, pin right between the fingers. Very consistent, smooth, arcing ball. But this drill gives me a good benchmark piece out of the bag. So that's typically what I take out first. And then my steps from that are pretty simple. The newest ball that I got is my Forge. Steel Forge. It's another very good quality piece from Motiv. What I like about this ball is I'll show my drill. It's a little higher drill. If you see drill pattern there, it's a little higher. Really, honestly, it's just to extend the distance between PAP and the pin. Gives this ball a little bit more length, but this ball is very snappy, very, very angular motion down lane, and especially when it's clean. It wasn't clean last night, so it wasn't really jumping a lot. But yeah, this ball out of the box was 5500 grit laser sanded, and I haven't done anything with it. I have not applied polish to this ball since I bought it. I've bowled with it it's probably got 35, 40 games on it now. And it's still the same ball it was when I first got it. Hits hard, good angular ball, and there's Rennie. Get out of my drink. So yeah, good piece. Now it is very, very aggressive in the dry. So if it hits dry, if you've got a real cliffed up lane pattern, lane condition, it does not do a whole lot for you in a clipped up lane condition. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this square bottom right is where I cleaned my shock. The rest of it hasn't been used yet. So I kind of did that on purpose so you can see how much this CTD Life After Death pulls out of the ball. And I didn't really scrub on it at all. I just kind of wiped off the oil that was being pulled out. One of the things is I feel like, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the CTD does a good job of pulling the oil out of the ball. If there's oil soak in the ball, it does a good job of pulling it out. So that's why I like it. That's why I use it. Plus it was free. So yeah, that's the second piece out of the bag. So I go from a benchmark ball. It's very stable, very, very archy, not real flippy, a little flippy, not big flippy, just a little flippy. Stable core to a ball like this. If I need a little bit more, I want something that's going to read a little later, but a little harder. I go something like this that's got a big core and a very aggressive cover stock. It's not the biggest core that the Motiv makes, but for a pearl, it really, really does the trick for me. So wipe this off and we'll do ball number three. Number three for me, and I always get this wrong, so don't judge me. I always get it wrong because I have had multiple balls, venom balls, and I know there's lethal venom, there's the fatal venom, and there's toxic venom. All these venoms. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the fatal venom. I believe so. If it's not, I'll correct myself in the video. But this is my third piece. This is my rolly ball. It's just as aggressive, honestly, down lane, total boards covered as my Steel Blue Forge. However, you can see the drill pattern is a little less aggressive, a little closer, a little more aggressive, a little closer to my axis point. But cover stock, I keep this cover stock at about 2,000 all the time. And the way I do my cover stocks when I'm doing a cover stock that is going to be sanded is I wash it, I clean it first, just to get all the grime and oil and whatever off of it before I sand it. Now, I don't know if that's right, and I don't care if it's right, so judge me. I do this simply because I want the surface to be clean before I sand it, because I don't want to sand dirt. especially don't want to sand dirt down into it. So I'll clean it, get all the oil and stuff off of it. The beautiful thing about this cleaner that is amazing is that right here at the top of the ball and down on the sides, you can literally see the way that the cleaner, as it's pulling that oil up out of the ball. It's pretty amazing. You can see the little bubbles, not really bubbles, but you can see it looks like almost like a golf ball. You can see where the cleaner is no longer just smooth, that it's actually kind of bubbling up a little bit, kind of like oil would be on water. You can see it, and so you know that the cleaner is working. But as I was saying earlier, you really need to clean your bowling balls, because if you don't, these bowling balls are, I've got $250, $1,000 $1,000 worth of bowling balls in 2 bags. And if you're not taking care of your bowling balls, you're going to be replacing these every, 2-3 times a year. So if you take care of your equipment, you can make this 4 balls, a 4-ball arsenal last you every bit of 2 or 3 years. But you have to take care of your equipment, which means cleaning it as often as every week. I do it every week almost. If I use it, I clean it. If I throw maybe half a game with a ball, I don't clean it. But a ball like this, my surface ball, I always put surface on it every time I use it, just to get it back to whatever surface I want it to start at, because these balls do change. I will make a practice video. I'll go out and practice those 6 games. I'll do a ball, this one, I'll take it down to 2,000, and I'll show you on my scanner that it is 2,000. I'll bowl 6 games with it, and then I'll show you what the surface reads after 6 games, because it does change. These balls, as they lane shine, if you don't know what lane shine is, basically all lane shine is as you bowl with a ball, it absorbs oil, and so whatever surface that you put on it, if I put 500 on this, or 1,000 or 1,500, whatever, as you bowl with it, literally throwing the ball down the lanes polishes the bowling ball just a smidge. It's not adding polish to the bowling ball, but it is taking the surface of the bowling ball and making it smoother. So something you got to keep in mind. Now, one other thing you got to keep in mind. So I'm going to use a 2,000 grit pad. 2,000 grit right there. I'm going to use this pad, 2,000 grit CTD True Cut pad. So one of the things you got to remember is this ball is going to, this is my grip. So my ball here is going to rotate across here. As I throw the ball, it's going to be rotating across like this. And it's going to flare somewhat like from here to here to here across. So when I sand this, if I sand across this direction, it is actually going to put grooves in the ball like this. So when my ball is rolling, those grooves are actually catching, and you're going to get more action out of this than if I sand it this way. If I sand with my track, those grooves are going to be with the track of the ball, and it's not going to grab as much. It's no different than, it's just basic friction. So the way that I tend to do my bowling balls is I will start from the thumb hole, and I will basically just sand in a circle. Sand in a circle, little circles, okay, all the way around my track area in a circle, because I don't necessarily want grooves that are either this way with my track or this way against my track. I want grooves that are circular, hemispherical, so that the actual surface of the ball is consistent, and I'm getting a consistent roll out of the ball regardless of what part of the ball that it hits. If that makes any sense to you whatsoever. So now, by rule, if you apply surface to a bowling ball, and there's a big bunch of gunk right there. If you apply surface to a bowling ball, you have to apply that to the entire ball. You have to at least try to apply that to the entire ball. And there's a big bunch of gunk right there. So do your best to get it all over the entire ball, and don't don't just go halfway. Really get in there and give it some, give it the business. And there it goes. It's gone. All right, so I'm gonna put the shot up that we're playing right here. It is I believe it's a Kegel pattern. Phonetic 42. Never heard of it. Basically it's a house shot. So we're rolling on a house shot tomorrow, which I don't care. Shots are shots. But those are 1, 2, 3 balls that I throw the majority of the time. I do also have, and I'll show it to you real quick, my breakdown ball, my breakdown ball, my ball that I use when the lanes are wore smooth out, which typically happens in these tournaments like this, where we're gonna bowl all day long. If we get to 5th, 6th, 7th rounds, you need a ball like this. This is a Super GT, drilled fairly aggressively for this ball, pinned close to the CG in an aggressive location. I could give, I know the numbers, but it doesn't really make a difference. You're not gonna go drill this ball anymore because it doesn't exist. They quit making it. But this ball came polished 5500 out of the box. It's stable now. Haven't done anything with it as far as polish because I want this ball to be consistent. I don't want to have to polish it all the time. So I let it get to stable, and that's how I use it. So I don't use it very often. I think Dylan threw it 5 or 6 balls last night. So it's still, for what I use it for. I don't really care if it's perfectly clean. I don't use it very often. I've probably, since the last time I cleaned it, thrown maybe half dozen games on it, maybe half dozen balls on it, sorry. So I'm not gonna mess with cleaning it. But yeah, this ball from the other two is very long, very controllable, and reads the dry very slowly, but consistently. So it makes for a good ball in transition. So anyhow, that is how I prep for an event or league pretty much every week. Now I may do this after we bowl or before we bowl. I don't always do every ball in my bag every week, simply because I don't use every ball in my bag every week. I will typically use 1 or 2 on a weekly basis. And after 5 or 6 balls with a specific ball, I'm not going to clean it again. It just doesn't get enough oil in it to really make that big of a difference. But anyhow, that is what I do. Now, I have heard of people who will soak bowling balls in the sink with detergent, with dish soap. And I don't see really any reason why you couldn't do that. We used to do that back in the day. During the urethane days, we used to take our bowling balls and we'd take really hot water and we would put just a little bit of laundry soap in it and soak our bowling balls in it. And then some people even would put them thumb down into the dishwasher, and they would wash their bowling ball in a dishwasher. And the heat, I guess, helped to suck the oil out of a ball. But as spongy as urethane balls have always been in the past, nowadays they're typically not quite as spongy as they were back in the 80s. But really, you're not really stealing back then. You weren't really dealing so much with absorption as much as you were cover, the abrasiveness of the cover. So I remember back in the day, we used to sand bowling balls with like 1000 grit wet dry sandpaper. It's amazing the stuff that we used to do back in the day. I've been bowling since I was 8. I'm 53, so 44 years of doing this. We've done some crazy stuff with bowling balls that really, honestly, today you wouldn't think about doing with these $250 pieces. But it is what it is. But anyway, this is my my method to doing this. CTV, good stuff. If you don't have it, get it. Life After Death. Put it on your ball, 30 seconds, let it sit there, and then just wipe it off. And I'll show you again the towel that I used tonight. I use that same square all night. I would that was this one here, I don't know if you can see it, but that bottom right or bottom left for you is the square that I use to wipe off every ball. So, and then I would finish it with another square. Just after I got the dirt off, then I would go back over it with another square just to kind of polish it a little bit, get some of the residue off. But it's good stuff. CTD, it really does a great job. And I didn't scrub. When you watch me do this, I didn't scrub. I just wiped it off. So it does a good job of pulling that grime and oil and stuff off the ball. So 30 seconds, let it sit there. It will do all the work for you. Wipe it off, flip the ball over, do it again. It's good stuff. I think this bottle here, this great big huge bottle, costs like 30, 40 bucks. And I've filled this up twice now. And this lasted me 5 months before I had to fill it again. So anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. Comments, suggestions, any of that good stuff. I'm always here. So till next time.